Hi, my name is Lui Piluso. I'm a producer, songwriter and mixer, and this is my recording studio. And today we're going to be talking about the MM-100 from Audeze, that they are open back headphones that sound really good. So I'm going to be showing you the unboxing. I'm going to be talking about the specs. I'm going to be talking about the frequency response, what I like, what I don't like, who was behind these designs. I'm also going to compare them to the big brother, that is the MM-500, and talk about the differences between both of them, how they are built and how they compare between each other, because these ones cost like 3 times as much as these ones. Last month I went to NAMM in California for the first time, and I got to meet the amazing people from Audeze. That is a brand that I've been a fan for a long time. So I met Ari, I met Martin and Peter, and they invited us. I was with Javi Fraquia, is a very good friend of mine, a very good master engineer, and they invited us both to do a tour of the factory in Santa Ana, California. So we were very privileged to get to see how they construct and how they make these amazing headphones. I was really surprised in a good sense, and I fell in love with the brand even more because they work in a very delicate way. I also filmed a factory tour that's going to be coming out soon, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video. So let's start with the unboxing of the MM-100. It comes with a cardboard box with foam, with hard foam inside of it. It comes with a very soft silk bag for you to carry your headphones anywhere. And it also comes with a mini jack cable that you can put it into any of these 2 holes, and it will work in stereo. You can also buy separately, I guess, a cable that splits into 2. Comparing the unboxing of this one against the bigger brother is that this one comes with its own Pelican case, and it comes with another set of cables that is like a mini XLR that is a much more expensive cable. Regarding the construction, the big ones have this system so you can open and close your headphones. They fit like this, very comfortable. You have lots of room for your ear, so it doesn't hurt. For somebody like me that uses glasses, sometimes after using headphones for a while, my ears really hurt. So these ones are very comfortable. My whole ear fits inside of this, and it doesn't even touch the diaphragm. Look how beautiful that is. These ones fit like that. The construction is a bit cheaper than the other one, but I thought at the beginning that they were going to be really fragile because I had to bring them back from California in a very tight suitcase. But luckily they fold into this position. You can put it between your clothes, and it actually traveled fine. I was a bit nervous, but once I got them out of the suitcase, they were brand new, nothing happened to them, so they're not as fragile as one might think. Then you cannot really change the height of the headphone like this. What you have to do, you have this band that you just pull out from the side, and you have these little buttons and these holes, so you have to choose which size fits your head best. And that's it. So yeah, that's a bit too tight. Let's go with the middle one. So for price point, the MM-100 are around $400. I'm going to leave links below if you want to check them out. And the MM-500 are around 1,700, something like that. So I want to talk about now who's behind the design of this. Obviously, they are constructed by the amazing people of Audeze, but they have the stamp of approval of Manny Marroquin. That is an amazing mixer. He's one of my favorite mixers actually, and he's been involved with Rihanna, Sia, Alicia Keys, Kanye, Linkin Park, Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars. He has an amazing 30-year-old career or more. He's like really good, and he's also Latin like me. So now I want to talk about the specs. They are open back headphones. That means that the sound comes out of the headphone, so never put your hands here because otherwise you'll change the frequency response. And also they're not meant for recording, they're meant for mix and mastering. Because if you are recording, the sound that bleeds out of the headphones will go into your microphone and you might not want that. So the transducer type is a planar magnetic. The magnetic structure is flexor with phaser, phase management. And the magnet type is neodymium N50. The diaphragm that is like thin as a strand of hair, ultra thin uniforce. The size of the diaphragm is 90 millimeters. The maximum SPL is above 120 SPL. It has a frequency response from 20 Hz to 25 kilohertz, which is above our listening capabilities. Harmonic distortion is very low. It's below 0.1. So they sound really, really clean. The impedance is 18 ohms, which is quite low. And if you want it, you can connect it to your computer or headphones, which I wouldn't fully recommend. You can do it, it will power them, but if you want a good listening experience, I suggest you connect it to an audio interface so you can give it a good amount of power. The weight of this one is 475 grams, and of the MM-500, it's around 20 grams more. So it's about half a kilo, which might seem like a lot, but actually it's less than the other products from the same company. Regarding the driver type, it actually reminds me a lot of the tweeter, of the ribbon tweeters that I have, for instance, in my Adam S3 XH. It has like a very fast response to the impulse and really clear top end. So I feel very comfortable with these. It's like, I feel like in the same realm. Regarding the frequency response, there's a couple of things that could be better actually. Like for instance, it doesn't have much low end. It's like if you are trying to mix urban music with 808s and things that happen below, it's hard to hear them. But for instance, with Sound ID reference from Sonarworks, I actually EQ'd them and they got really good. And so I really recommend that you do that with your headphones, that you always try to EQ them and get them to sound better. So I always check with my headphones, then I put them down and I check with my speakers. And then I EQ my headphones to sound as similar as possible as my speakers, because that then allows me to go on tour with my headphones, to work from my house, from anywhere, and I can have confidence that they'll sound as close as possible to my speakers. Regarding the mids and the mid lows, I feel like it misses a little bit of 400, 300, like that kind of zone, or 500, like a little bit of weight there, that with a minor correction in EQ, it can be solved. It has a lot of high mids, so it's maybe a tiny bit sibilant, but that gives it like a lot of punch compared to the MM-500. And you can hear very clearly the transient of the sound and of the detail. So I like that about them. And then the top end is quite decent. And the stereo imagery is very good. You can feel like if it was almost like a surround system or Atmos or something like that, even though it's not, but you can really hear like detailed stuff and things don't mask each other. So I really like that. I feel like, for instance, these two headphones have very different sound, even though they are from the same product line. These ones that are the MM-500, I think that they are more like a smiley face, hi-fi kind of headphone. So it has like lower frequencies and higher frequencies. And this one has the mid frequencies. So it reminds me a little bit of the Pultecs. Like you have the low and high Pultec, and then you have the mid Pultec. So I think they complement each other very good. I think this ones are much more pleasurable to listen to and to mix in, and you can hear more depth. And these ones are more punchy, and you can hear more clarity for like your transient response and to hear noises and unwanted stuff that you want to correct. After going through Sound ID reference and correcting the EQ, both of them become really good headphones, and I actually think they complement each other, and I think I want both. Regarding distortion, it's very, very low, but what is good is that you can hear distortion very clearly. So that's something that is amazing, that I really like, because, for instance, here at my studio I have lots of analog gear to do mastering, to do mixing, and I want to be able to hear in detail that I'm not going to screw up my mix in the mastering. Because when you're listening to a big sound system like I have here with my speakers, the thing is that if you want to, like, for instance, compress the master bus and maybe add a tiny bit of saturation to get it to sound a bit thicker, you can easily go into the distortion zone without even noticing it. I mean, you notice it, but you cannot be as detailed as you can be with headphones, where you can go to the loudest parts in the song, and when you hear the big impact, and make sure that that doesn't distort with your tube compressors or whatever you want to use. So I think that they're very good for listening to that last clear details like plosives and distortions. So I would love to know what you are using to mix at the moment. I mean, what headphones do you use? Do you use open back? Do you use closed back? What brand are you using? Do you use speakers? What do you prefer to use, speakers or headphones? Let me know below in a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Lui Piluso, and if you like this content, go and check out the video I made reviewing the MM-500s. I'll see you next time.